Hi, Aries rising sign. Here is your weekly forecast. We are starting on the 15th of February until the 22nd of February. So we've got some very nice aspect this week for you. The very first stop is Mercury in Pisces, which is your 12th house, trine Jupiter in Cancer in your 4th house. And this can be a heartfelt conversation with a relative. That might be revealing that missing piece of your family history. Or maybe it's just a bit of a relaxation and you get a piece of art or music and that makes you feel home. It's a bit of a spiritual retreat potentially for you. I also can imagine that you are kind of like waking up from a dream with the exact solution to a emotional burden. Or you can even stumble upon a hidden gem property or a lease agreement, and it can feel like it's meant to be. Or you're ready to heal successfully your childhood experiences. It's a little bit like self-parenting. Now, because Mercury is the faster moving planet, Mercury is the ruler of your sixth house. So this could be even an indication that you are kind of like envisioning what type of creative stuff you can do, for example, in your home environment. But on top of that, of course, Mercury is the planet of communication, according to your chart as well. So this is where the communication with a family member, a healing conversation, understanding your own past and how it might be sabotaging you on a personal level could be one of the topics with this aspect. Now, Venus being super busy this week. Venus is in Pisces, making a conjunction to Pallas. Then it will be making a conjunction to North Node, and then finally Pallas Athene makes a conjunction to North Node as well. And this is all happening in your 12th house. So it's pretty much about figuring out a structured way to track your dreams, to look at your subconscious patterns, to improve your mental health. Maybe this is actually receiving a financial or even an emotional gift, maybe from someone you don't know who it is, or you are ready to kind of like come up with a plan connected to your finances or even a relationship, which might become kind of like a closure for you. This could actually talk to us about to kind of like let go of a 19-year cycle that has been holding you back from being able to relate to someone. Yes, this could indicate an end of a relationship as well. Or maybe you are working or you have been working on a project in kind of like in a total solitude, because you are about to be trying to create more money. Venus is the ruler of your second house. Or maybe you recognize that physical link between your stress level and your bank account, and you're trying to make corrections, maybe through some spiritual endeavors. The very next stop for you is Venus, which will trine Jupiter in Cancer on 22nd of February. Now, this is a very beautiful aspect. This is a potentially a family gathering at home, and this could become a spiritual reset. This could talk to you about finally being able to sell a home, for example, or you are ready to clear some years of unspoken tension between you and a member of a family. Maybe you can even get a yes to a mortgage, a lease, a home-related financial matter, and that is making you feel safer. Or maybe it's about spiritual protection as well. There is this effortless emotional flow that might be going through your body. It's about you building up your sense of self-worth. It even can be the representation of you get kind of like financial aid from your family members, or you might need to be actually helping a family member, but this is something that it feels good for you. So there is a lot of blessing here. You can even find a family heirloom or a photo that sparks a bit of a memory. It might be giving you a realization about your own roots. You remember the good times, and that would become a motivation as well, to be able to start something fresh. Very next stop is Sun in Aquarius, which is actually squaring Uranus. Excuse me. Uranus is being disposed by Venus. So that Venus Jupiter is going to be kind of like getting you out of that tension that you might be experiencing with this Sun Uranus square. I also would like to mention that this is a new moon, which is in square to Uranus, actually. So, but I'm going to be talking about that new moon for my members. It's going to be a good 2.5 hour video where I'm going to be breaking down this new moon for all 12 signs in detail, as well as the general impact of this new moon. Well, it's an eclipse to be precise. So if you would like to join my membership program, then come ahead, come along and check it out on my website. But this is triggering your 11th and second house. So this could indicate, though, a sudden disagreement with a friend over money, or we don't agree on something, because the second house is the shared mind values. And maybe you have to be reconsidering the cost of a project, a cost of a friendship. There could be some tech glitches happening at your bank as well, especially when it comes to digital payments. Applications could be crashing, for example, when you need to make a purchase. It's kind of like you forget your PIN code, or your bank card gets blocked and so forth. But you might even decide that you want to walk out of a group or organization. Maybe you just realize that the emotional side of things are too high, or even their fees might not be suitable for you. Now, this could indicate that you are kind of like on an impulse, buy regret, or an impulse kind of shopping spree as well. Maybe you want to be buying this high-tech gadget on a whim, and only to realize it doesn't actually fit your lifestyle, so I want to kind of sell it. Or it can indicate that a possession of yours can break down out of the blue as well. I mean, imagine that you bought something online and then it doesn't fit, right? Or it doesn't work properly. Or you have got a piece of item that is getting broke, I mean, that gets broken by a friend of yours. So there is an element of frustration there. But you can have a lot of wild ideas about, maybe through your network, what exactly you can do to get out of a rut when it comes to your own finances. The very next stop is asteroid Urania entering the sign of Aries, which is, of course, you. And that Urania is making a conjunction to Saturn and Neptune immediately. So the first house is your identity. It's kind of like seeing the math behind your personality, and you decide to rebuild your life based on, it feels very like cosmic timing, rather than being or feeling pressured to do something. It just feels like, yes, this is a time to do a rebranding. You can start a high-tech or alternative health regime as well, to improve the longevity of your body. Or I can even imagine that you are being asked to lead a project because you are the only one who can kind of see the long-term patterns. That's Urania. Through confusion, and that's Neptune. This can give you a lot of aha moments as well. Maybe it's a better understanding of what Saturn and Neptune exactly wants from you. And potentially what they want you to do is to go towards your calling or to bring your calling and your duties together. Urania can be a little bit rebellious energy as well, but Urania usually deals with these in a very intelligent way. So it's just intelligently find a way to exist, find a way to exit from a situation. Very next stop is Sun lighting up your 12th house. So as you can see, you have got a lot of 12th house activities going on. And this is a little bit like strategically, I'm going to be retreating myself. So it's kind of like I'm booking this uh, solo trip, for example, or I'm going to have a spa session just to be able to turn off the world and to be able to listen to your inner voice. It's kind of like you go to this spa event and then you put the cucumbers on your eyes and then, you can actually switch off. But Sun is spotlighting your emotional well-being here. Sun is spotlighting your subconscious habits that might have been draining your energy. And hopefully, this is a moment when you are going to be able to decide to let go of it. You can be working on a secret project as well with this, which you might not be ready to show the world yet, but you can feel deeply inspired. Remember that the sun is the ruler of your fifth house. And that's the sign, or that's the house of creativity. And Pisces is super creative as well, but it does things behind the scenes. You can become, or you can wake up in the morning and then you get the answers to a problem you have been overthinking for months. And you can even find deep fulfillment in helping someone without needing the credit, or a thank you. It just feels good to be helping out someone. Maybe it's a child, for example. I think that Sun can also spotlight some of your childhood experiences, and maybe you are contemplating a little bit on the past, and you should be going down on a healing journey. We have got Mercury in Pisces sextile Juno in your 10th house. So that's a 12th, 10th house activation. And you might be having a private conversation with a boss of yours, with a mentor of yours. They might be giving you an opportunity to progress. They might be giving you an opportunity to commit to a project, or you might be receiving even information from a boss that others might not have heard about yet. You somehow can become the confidant of a authority figure. Or maybe you and a colleague of yours reach an understanding about how to handle certain type of work situations. Mercury is the ruler of your sixth house, so therefore that's where the work comes in. But also you might decide to commit to a new health routine. Maybe it's about finally putting a formal end to a long-standing psychological burden, a work scenario. Maybe you decide that, yes, now I'm committed to leave this job behind and I'm ready to start something else. Or some of you might even get signed off, for example, from work, but the boss would show certain type of understandings. Or you might be discussing your professional legacy with someone, like, what's the future of mine in this company? What's the plan? You can get information about that. Or you are ready to actually apply for your dream career. This could talk to us about finalizing a contract as well for a project. But this is often about more of a handshake. I mean, Mercury in Pisces might be just doing this handshake type of agreement. And Juno in Capricorn does say that, oh, there needs to be some formality to it. So you're going to have to be able to potentially choose the formal elements here. So this is our weekly aspects. Now we're going to have a Saturn-Neptune conjunction as well, which I haven't spoken about in this video yet. And this is due to the fact that I'm going to be preparing a completely, or I've already posted a completely different video about Saturn and Neptune moving into your first house. So I recommend referring back to that video because that's a very in-depth breakdown for your rising sign. Thank you very much for being here. If this video is helpful, then subscribe, press like, share the video, and ring the notification bell. Take care and see you next week. Bye bye.